So recently, there's been a bit of a mystery here at Oak Park. An Instagram account by the name of dearoakpark was floating around earlier in January last month. On this account, the person or people behind it have made a few peculiar posts. These posts consist of a student's negative opinion of our administration. They claim to have gone to one of the top administrators to address their struggles with their own mental health. According to them, the administrator did not take it seriously. On screen now is one of the posts this account has made.
Dear Oak Park High School, I've tried no less than 1,000,000 times to explain and communicate these thoughts to you directly, but you just won't listen. You care more about making yourselves look good than you ever will about any individual student. You won a Model School Award a few years back, and now you're obsessed with maintaining decent numbers to the administrative outsiders looking at you. Essentially, as long as you keep us enrolled, force us to get half-decent grades, and make sure we don't die on your watch, you don't really care about the effect it has on us. You preach every day about preparing us for post-secondary success, but that's looking more like you just want to get us in and out of here as fast as possible, with a little complication. I have so many specific incidents I could share that clearly illustrate these points, as do many of my peers and even teachers. The bottom line is, we are numbers to you. As long as you keep the numbers up, you make yourselves look good. Almost every major administrative decision that I have seen made at this school so far clearly demonstrates a lack of respect and understanding for the students who make you even able to have your model school floor tiles.
So obviously this person is very frustrated with the conversation they had with the administrator, and rightfully so if everything is true in what they said in the post. And I guess it's just one of those cases where you can't really see who is in the right here. You don't know what they talked about. We weren't in the room. We don't know how fair it was on either side, for the student or for the administrator. After their initial post, an additional 2 more followed, both similar to the first. To save time, I won't read them to you, but definitely pause the video and read them for yourself because it gives a little bit more backstory. When news broke of the Dear Oak Park account, we contacted them, asking who they are and what the administrators had to have done to influence the making of this account. They responded openly with,
My friends and I are going to keep this account anonymous, but the reason is we need to bring to the table of how important mental health is. They honestly do not take mental health as seriously as it needs to be, and we went to talk to the principal today and he had nothing to say other than he couldn't do anything about it and us speaking about it was wrong. We just want them to realize them putting mental health on the back burner is not okay and needs to be fixed.
We then asked some further questions.
Is this student run or teacher run? Can you at least tell me that?
Student.
You an upperclassman? You don't have to answer, but is this also about them not letting you drop AP courses?
This has been an issue with students recently. They responded with,
No.
Then what?
It's about several mental health problems that have been brought up and ignored, including asking to get moved to all online and getting told we should not do that, to saying there is no reason for someone to have to switch schools.
Do you know me personally?
I've seen you around.
You may have noticed that the account we've been speaking to isn't called Dear Oak Park. This is because they've recently changed their username to This Is No Longer a Thing. From a name like that, you can conclude that they've, in a sense, shut down. The people behind the account have even taken down all of their posts and deleted their profile picture as of now. But why would they do this? If they wanted their voice to be heard, then why would they take down their posts but still leave the account itself to remain? We decided to contact them once more for more info. Surprisingly, they gave us a lot more info than we expected, including their name, the person who was texting us the whole time. For safety reasons, we're not revealing their name, and we'll be keeping them anonymous. Given all the info they've told us, we decided to shoot our shot and ask them for an anonymous in-person interview. Luckily for us, this person was extremely cooperative and eager to get this issue out into the open, so they agreed and we set up a time. Here is that interview with one of the people behind Dear Oak Park. Who and how many people ran the Dear Oak Park account?
3 people. It was my two friends, so that's the main part. But I was the one mainly in charge of the account.
Why were the posts taken down?
We took down the post because people started saying that, or the people that started it started saying that they didn't care about it, or it was too much for them to handle. Got asked a lot of questions, and it was just like a lot for one of the people to take in, and it just brought on more problems for that person.
What was the purpose of the account?
Well, we wanted to start something to like get it noticed and make a point that not everybody is being treated as they should, and it's not like vocalized. We wanted to get our voices across because all three of us, at one point have gone to talk to a counselor or a principal or somebody to help us with mental health type situations, and they'd help for a few days or for a day and then push it to the side. And it wouldn't really come back up unless it was like immediate danger to someone or other people.
What is your personal issue with the school?
We asked for a lot of my classes to be online, and we got that, but the whole point of it was for me not to have to come to school as often, and they wouldn't let me leave the first few weeks. What was mainly wrong for me is just like there's a lot of people, and when there's a lot of people, it just doesn't work for me, and I work better by myself or at home in like my own space. Another thing, there were like people, we have this many students and we haven't heard them complain about these problems once. And we were like, because they don't want to speak out. And we were asking for like recommendations to just switch me completely online, and they didn't want me to do that. So they wanted me to stay in the system and just do online courses.
Who have you told your issue to?
I've been to CATSIF and then Dr. Sarton, and we've had like meetings with my family, and we've talked to people. My therapists have talked to them, saying that things for my personal self need to be changed within school life, and nothing has really happened.
Does school feel safe, and can you trust any teachers?
Not really. Honestly, the only time I feel like okay being at school is when I'm in my photography classes, which sounds so like biased, but like it's true. I trust about 3 teachers in the school, maybe 4.
What is your core concern regarding the school?
The not really paying attention to kids when they come into the counselor's office and talk about their problems. We've had teachers even talk to us or talk with us and say that even they feel like numbers at points and they don't feel like they're being heard. So it's not only for students, because it's kind of for the teachers that have talked to us about it too. For us, it's our district and our school. But I do feel like this is a problem that is probably in more places than just North Kansas City.
What do you think it needs to change?
I think more people need to speak up about this particular problem, or just about mental health in general. Like, it's something that shouldn't be as filtered as it is.
So there, you have it. The account was made by 3 friends who all felt mistreated and ignored by the Oak Park administrators. Frustrated by their situations, the friends came together and made Dear Oak Park as a way to say that students are not all the same. I believe their intentions were good. It takes guts to speak out about an issue you think needs to be fixed. In fact, I'd even say it was quite noble. The way our interviewee spoke gave away just how much trouble they'd gone through, so the others wouldn't have to deal with the similar situation of being stuck in a tough spot with little to no options. But what do you think? Were they being genuinely concerned about themselves and their fellow students, Or was this just the most controversial way they could expose the administrators? In the end, it's up to you, but we think that there's more to it than just an act of retaliation against the school. Either way, they got the attention of the whole entire school, which is pretty impressive. Hopefully, we can all learn from this incident by being a little more sympathetic towards our classmates, whatever their situation may be, because after all, we are the Oak Park family, right? Okay, so a few things. We thought we were done with this until our show producer actually told us that we should probably have a side for the administrators instead of just showing the students, which fair enough, of course. We want to be as unbiased as possible. So we decided to email the principal, and these are some of the questions that we asked, and here are some of his answers. They're, just kind of the basic thing that I would kind of expect to hear from him after an incident like this, but I'll read them to you now. Hi, Dr. Sarton. So I'm wanting to know your thoughts and opinions on the Deer Oak Park Instagram account that was around earlier this month. I'm doing a video on it and would like to get an administrator's perspective on the matter. We're trying to keep everyone involved anonymous, including you too. If you have time and wouldn't mind answering a few questions for us to clear up some things for us. Happy to help. Answers below. Let me know if you need anything else. Are you aware of the Deer Oak Park Instagram account? Yes, some of the students made me aware of the Instagram account. What are your thoughts on the claims of some of the students feeling mistreated or ignored by administrators after going to them for help? I never want any student to feel like they do not have support from us. Sometimes students do not feel supported because we cannot always give them what they're asking for. To become better at supporting students, we have a focus on helping them feel safe, appreciated, and supported, but that doesn't always mean we can give them exactly what they want. For example, students are not always approved to be part-time or be let out of class. That does not mean we do not care, but a huge priority is helping students prepare for life after school while also providing additional support to help them be successful. That is very different from being ignored. If a student ever feels ignored, we want them to reach out again so we can try to find the best possible support for them. Has there been any recent instances where you wanted to help a student but weren't allowed due to a school policy or rule? I feel that Oak Park is student-centered, and there is always something that can be done to improve how students feel about themselves and their experience at Oak Park. Like any school, we have perimeters and policies, but we can always find a way to help students have a better outlook on school and their lives. Do you think the school system could be improved upon as of now, and if so, how should it be? We can certainly always improve. We have added so many students that did not exist at Oak Park in the past, while adding additional supports such as signs of suicide group meetings, individual counseling, and a partnership with community resources. It is our goal to get to know what each student needs to be successful in all of our classrooms. As a staff, we talk at great length about strategies to gain empathy for our students and how to identify the right resources to help them with whatever issues are going on inside or outside of Oak Park. Whew, okay, wow, now that we're done with all of this was a very interesting mystery, and we've never really done a video like this, but if you guys enjoyed this, then we can try to investigate some more things. Maybe you guys have any suggestions on some weird things that are going on around our school or maybe in our district. I don't know. If you guys have any questions or anything, you can shoot me an email at 543385@nkcschools.org. And with all that being said, I hope you have a good rest of your day and take care.